brokers. So there's mine still here. How's everybody's week so far? Everyone got wins, ahas, fail forwards, do something scared the crap out of you?
Oh, I actually door knocked for the first time yesterday too. That wasn't even nerve-wracking. I'm way more nervous about this developer not signing the addendum.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
It's all good.
I don't even care about the commission. I just want my friend to not lose money and get his place, you know? Like, it's stressing me out. But yeah, I believe things happen for a reason, and so does he, but it's kind of hard to see when things hit the fan like this.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm on it. You know that, Dylan. We talked last night.
Yeah, I appreciate your help, Carol. Thank you.
We'll get her done.
Yeah, you're right. It's nerve-wracking because you care, and that's a good thing. But you'll figure it out. It'll be fine. These are not hiccups that you can even deal with. So that's another thing, is just understanding what's in your court, what you can handle, and what is above your pay grade for brokers, and what's just nonsense. And this is nonsense. So it'll work out. But sometimes you get people that are funny, man. And like every deal is different. Every house is different. You can sell the exact same condo, have a different set of buyers or sellers, and every time is unique, right? Like, you know, I've had a listing that I have to sell 3 times in 3 different groups of people, and it's always something different. They always want to negotiate differently. They find something else in a different inspection. They have like just quirks or financial issues or just, so it always keeps you on your toes is my point. So just be willing to roll with the punches and you'll work it out. You need to, like everyone on this call, I know we've talked, you're intelligent, you've passed the exam, you can think on your feet. So you will find a way to work it out. You'll overcome whatever it is. So you might need to spend a little bit of time thinking about it or go into the right resources, but you'll figure it out. And that's what people pay us good money to do, is be confident in the ability to solve problems for them. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you know, once you get that confidence, like I'll figure it out. You have this, like, I can now go do almost anything, man. You want me to be a rocket scientist? Okay, let's go talk to Elon here and figure it out. All right, what do I got to do? Oh, it's a lot of math. Oh, good. Love that stuff. So, but we'll figure it out, right? So just have that confidence. You can go get it. You'll make it happen. So Fridays we have usually CMAs. Next week, by the way, I got Matt Bastion joining us. I try to get him on Monday because Monday is prospecting around just sold, just listed, objection handlers, that kind of stuff. But it doesn't fit his schedule. So I'm gonna get him to come in on Friday the 15th. And I don't think there's a guy that I know in the Lower Mainland that is a better scripted realtor. Like, he knows his objection handlers, he knows the language, and he was my old coach. So I strongly suggest you guys make sure you join us for next week, and we can Q&A him and see if we can stump him, throw him some objections, and really give him some. So write down some objections this week so we can try to rattle them. I would love it. It would just make my week to see if we can stump Bastion. So, but he'll come on and show you kind of what he does and talk about what his lead generation strategy is. And it's a simple strategy and it works very, very well. So please join us next week. We'll also do some CMAs if you need them, but we'll bend his ear for a bit and get him to share some of his ideas with us as well. So I see David in the corner. David shared an awesome fun video that he did for his wife's work, thinking outside the box, right? So you guys all have a unique sphere. So what are you doing to connect with your sphere? And David, do you want to just maybe give us the cold notes of how you came to this?
I had to bribe my wife to help do a video in the office, and it was just a fun little spoof on her constantly interrupting as I was trying to share the message of she works at Save On Foods here in Maple Ridge. And the idea is that we posted a little poster at her workplace with a QR code so people could walk up with their phone and go, oh, there's a picture of David and Amanda, and scan the QR code with their phone, brings up the video that's shared on YouTube, and watch the little 2-minute little video. And then today people are like, you're an idiot. Just put it on Facebook and everywhere because it turned out great and it's funny. And at the end, there's a bunch of outtakes making fun of myself because I stopped doing the videos. But yeah, lots of interaction yesterday and today already.
That's all it really comes down to, right? Is just getting eyes on it and remind people that you are there to help. And
top of mind.
Yeah. Chuck it in the chat if you want. People can check it out, and it's the simplicity of it is great, and the message is that like you all have friends, family, sphere, spouses, whomever that you can leverage. And one of my biggest advocates is my wife. So like her coworkers have been very good to me, right? Her friends, her family, well, not her family necessarily, they don't live here, but her friends, her sphere, like we take care of a lot of them, which is great. So, and then they take care of us, vice versa. So, and I don't do it purposely. She's just a good advocate for me. But if you leverage your spouse or your friends or your family to do this type of stuff, it makes your life a lot easier. And that already totally trust you and they're hanging out with you anyway. So I might as well do a little extra and get paid for it. So anyway, good, man. Dude, that was cool. And I like the idea, and good starting point. Kind of neat with the QR code, just leave it there. They can scan it. And then the other one, I guess, is for a contact, right? And
yeah, the other one's to my Linktree, that if you guys haven't figured out what Linktree is, go to Linktree. There's a free account or a paid account. I think the free one's more than enough for what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And you plunk in your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube, whatever you got, and you make that the clickable link inside your Instagram profile. And when someone looks at your Instagram and they click on your profile, it brings up all your info rather than just one place to go to. It brings up all your stuff.
There you go.
Linktree.
Linktree.
If you don't have it, you should.
David is not getting paid for that endorsement, but he will receive any.
Maybe? No.
Coffee cards work.
And hey, like straight up, I came across Linktree after chatting with Jordan after I think the day that he came on the call and talked about stuff. And I thought Linktree was a paid thing and I don't need to pay for any more stuff because I pay for enough things every month. And then there's a free version, which is perfect.
I'm going to look it up after this call. I'm making a note because it is sharp. I've heard of it, but I didn't actually give it much thought. So
I'll put a link in the chat.
There you go. Awesome. Well, there's an aha for you all. You're welcome. Have a good weekend. Or anyone else? Anything else you want to share? Any wins? Now's the chance.
I went door knocking for the first time.
Nice.
On Thursday. Yeah.
No.
I was a little bit scared. I got a couple of people that didn't want to talk to me, was peeking out the door. But then I've had a couple of good connections and conversations.
Cool.
I realized I do need to kind of practice my script a bit more because, yeah, it's really important. I feel like I didn't close properly. Look, so I kept digging deep, but then I didn't dig deep enough at the end. But I'm gonna, now that I've like made those connections with those people, I'm gonna go back and talk to them again.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the fact that you went out and did it, and good to self-actualize doing it, as well as realizing that maybe you didn't prepare enough, and better to go do it unprepared than not do it at all. And now you see where the opportunities are to have 10 conversations turn into a couple pieces of business versus opportunities that may have slipped through your cracks, and you're practicing on the public, so to speak. So yeah, and there's a few people here that I think would love to practice. So this is your opportunity to say, hey, when's a good time? I'm going door knocking the next Tuesday, maybe Tuesday morning. Who would like to meet me there? You guys, if you don't all have each other's contact information by now, this is an open conversation. This is us guiding it. So you guys, if there's someone on here that doesn't have everyone's contact info, you might just chuck it in the chat and say, hey, please connect with me, so that you guys can all script and role play together, go door knocking together. And when I say go door knocking together, I don't mean holding hands at the same door. Makes sense. I would be happy if you went door knocking with a mortgage broker and a financial advisor or a lawn care guy. I don't know, whatever you want to do, your spouse, but someone who's not going to take half your commission at the door. So you guys can go on opposite sides of the street and wave at each other for safety and encourage each other, but don't stand at the same door because you're just cutting your time in half, commission in half, whatever. So makes sense. It's total crutch. And I see people do it. New agents do it all the time. And it's good for you, Dylan, and being able to do it on your own for not doing it together. But at the same time, it's totally fine to do it with a partner just on the same door.
Yeah, I chickened out on Wolby a couple of times. He's been trying to get me to do it.
Oh. Well, Wolby's been on fire. Like if Wolby asks you guys to go with him, he'll like his scripting's great, and he'll show you a few things, and he, I don't know, whatever he's doing is working really well. So ride that energy. Well, Shannon, there you go. Thanks for sharing that. I think everyone should be doing the same thing and consistently, right? Like it's simple, but it works. So
I had something to share. So when I went door knocking for the first time before the holidays with, or kind of like, it was December 21st, so like right before Christmas with Man Beer, and we were practicing door knocking scripts, and I found like practicing the scripts were very helpful, but I felt more nervous practicing the scripts than actually going up to the door and knocking, because when you're actually talking to a stranger, I found it more like it flowed really well, even though I practiced the scripts, and it's just like going out and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you're just kind of nervous and scared before you actually do it, and just having that first experience, I realized that it's not as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be.
Awesome. Good, right? And you mean, so you're not going to enough person that it didn't completely scare you just to talk to a stranger, which is really important. Not everybody has that confidence. Did you set appointments when you went out?
Pardon me?
Did you set any appointments when you went out?
I got a lead from it. It's this older woman, and she, her husband passed away like 2 years ago, and she's looking to sell her place in the next year or two, she said.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a good conversation. Like, she was there to talk,
Mm-hmm.
and she was giving us a lot of information about her life and her kids. And so we kind of just jotted down all the information from that interaction.
Yeah,
and then I think I'm going to go back, I think next week, and visit her again, because she said that she needed to do like renos around the house. Mm-hmm. So I thought it would be a good idea to come back with a list of like referrals of people that could help her out with the things that she needs. So I'm going to have that second interaction. But she was super sweet. There's a couple people that like just didn't give us the time of day. They kind of just, there's one person who looked out the blinds and then shut the blinds and just did not go to the door, but we clearly saw them. And then there's another person that opened the door and was like, no, shut the door. But then we did get this one guy as well who said that he appreciated us going up to the door and having that face-to-face interaction, because a lot of realtors now just call them and do things online. So he did appreciate the face-to-face interaction. And so that was good feedback. So I found it's kind of 50-50. Like, you get one person who won't give you the time of day and they're a little bit rude. And then you'll get another person who appreciates it. So I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. That's life, right? You get some grumps, you get some absolute joys to like chat with, and like this little lady that wants to like tell your life story and everything about it, and you know, she'll be the most loyal person if you stay in touch with her, and she's probably a little lonely, obviously losing her husband and stuff. So you know, it's on you to maintain that relationship and just follow up and add value, and she will list with you when she's ready, if you earn the right by staying in touch. So
yeah, she did say that she promised her last realtor to use him again, but that was, I believe it was like 40 years ago when she first bought the house. And my question is she really in touch with him still? So
no, he's retired. And if he's not, then he probably doesn't know how to work the MLS. So no, they call that an orphan client, right? I mean, no one stays in touch for 40 years, and if they do, they're only one guy, and his name is Lionel Lawrence. I don't know who he is. Google him. He's been a realtor for 50 something years. So threw me off there. But so, I guess the whole point is that you're doing the right activities. It is, to just get to the beginning of this, it is really important that you do script and follow the script for the reason that you need to get to an outcome from the conversation. And if you go to the door to make friends with people, you'll make friends with them, which is awesome. And like, you can go there and have a nice conversation. But if you don't ask for the business, if you don't follow the script to the point of saying, when's a good time for me to come over and evaluate your home? When's a good time for us to talk about where you're moving to? Then you just made friends with them and you walk away. Hopefully you get their contact info. But if you don't actually follow the script to the point of figuring out how you're going to get to that kitchen table and what their motivation is, then you're missing out. Like, you are spinning your wheels. So that's a really key thing. Is a lot of people go and they have great phone calls, great conversation at the door, meet people open house. Like, I think I have a new best friend, which is awesome, but they aren't paying you, right? So you need to find people. They have to follow the script to find their motivation and find where they're going, and then actually close for the appointment. That's the real key to. So if you're winging it, you're going to miss out on some opportunities. That's about it. So, but good job for going out and doing it. And it's a work in progress, right? Everybody's going to pick up their own things that they like out of each script and continue to just evolve. And a lot of that is just failing forward and saying the wrong thing a few times. Well, that doesn't work. Let's do something else. So. Does anyone have anything that they're working on right now that we can help with specifically? Like, I want to talk about CMAs today. Mickey, you got a question or something?
Yeah, well, kind of in line with what we're talking about. In question for door knocking, just wanted to find out, what are some things that you know that we should be taking with us when we are door knocking? I mean, aside from your business card and a write-up, like, I mean, touching on CMAs, I was also going to do, the attached homes in my neighborhood. Try to do, like, here's what the breakdown is for 2 bedrooms, this much square footage, here's a 3 bedrooms, this much square footage, just so you have an idea and you can show them, what the home might be worth. Anything else that you think is important to take with us?
So, yeah, great question. So when you're out knocking doors, I mean, you want to have some stats for the neighborhood. So I'm in Coquitlam, then I'm going to have Coquitlam December stats, right? So, like, the most up-to-date recent activity for the neighborhood. So if I'm doing detached, I'll have a list of the last 30, 60, 90 days of sales, actives, right? So more or less it's a CMA, but it's just an update of what's going on in the neighborhood, and being prepared to sit down at the kitchen table if I'm there at that moment. Why not? You might have a listing presentation or something like that, going to the door expecting to get to the table. Yeah. And then you're coming in hoping to present. End of the day, you're likely but it happens. I've knocked on the door and people will come on in, have a look around. I mean, it might be weird in COVID, be careful with it, but if you got a mask and you feel comfortable, but they say, yeah, come on in, have a look around. What do you think it's worth? And you sit down and then you actually do your listing presentation for them. And it's like, holy crap, that doesn't usually happen that way. So, but be prepared for it. Otherwise they're going to come on in and you're like, oh, I have to run to my car. I've got dentist, whatever excuse you might have. So, be prepared, right?
I got brought into
take a few blank agency agreements with you as well.
Pardon me?
Take a few blanks agreements with you as well to get them signed on.
You could. I mean, I used to, but at the end of the day, that was pre-dot-loop and pre-DocuSign, whatever. So, I mean, I'd just be like, here's what's going to happen. I'll go, like, I don't want to walk in the door, sign up a listing without doing a little bit more research on their home and the comps. Like, I think that would be a little unethical, whatever. Just you're shooting from the hip. Like, I can't price a property from walking through it and doing an overview of the neighborhood last week, printing them off, and then saying, yeah, you're worth 1.2. It wouldn't be accurate. So, yeah. That you'd want to say, okay, let me go back to my office, do a little more details. I'll come back tomorrow whenever it works for you guys, and we'll set up a time, and then we'll actually get you listed. So, and then you can prep your paperwork, and everything can be doing dot loop anyway. But I like the aggressiveness. It's a good question. It's like I used to roll around with the whole, like, all documents printed in case MLS went down or web forms went down. So at least I'd be able to sign up a listing and stuff. But we have that in DocuSign now, and we could make it work without having a web form. So it'd be messy, but anyway. Dylan, do you have a question real quick?
No, it's good for me to hear that because I got brought into 2 people's houses yesterday to like have a look around. I got their information and that, and one of them seems more serious. He had a divorce and his kids are gone too, so he's looking to downsize. Yeah, that's one positive, but I need to be more prepared for when I get brought in the house.
Yeah. Well, now you know, right? So, I mean, the fact is he brought you in there, so now you got that. That's a good lead, right? That's probably. Do you give me a time frame?
Yeah, so when he was talking about numbers, they've put a lot of money into the house, and he's kind of worried that he's just going to be breaking even, so he wants to wait a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I gave him the whole spiel of like how the neighborhood's hot right now in the market, and I don't have a crystal ball for what it's going to be in 2 years and stuff. But I'm going to stay in touch with him and keep him updated.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, end of the day, you're in the house. It's on you to maintain that relationship, and if you can create a little urgency from, prices are strong right now, mortgage rates are incredibly low. This could be a great opportunity, and really, it's about where's he going, right? If he's going to buy in this market, do you want to wait for the prices to go up where you're buying? He is downsizing, so it's probably less loss there to make sure he sells and capitalizes the highest for him here. But we can talk more individually about that if you're getting another opportunity. So, but I mean, the fact you're getting in the house is great. That's huge. So that's why you go, man. Good job.
Could I ask you a question, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
It's if you want to answer this after, it's fine too. Could you tell me how I would search for a hobby farm with multiple homes on it on one land?
Well, you're only allowed to have usually 2 homes max.
Oh, okay.
For 2 residences. So,
okay.
As far as I know, at least, I don't think any zoning allows for multi homes. Otherwise, it's not going to be farm status. It would be multifamily status. But you can't have with. I don't know. Does that sound right, Carol? Am I missing something?
Yeah, and different areas allowed, you have to check for the zoning. Abbotsford, I think you have to be over 10 acres that you can have a secondary home in certain areas, and it might not be the one exactly right next door. So the best thing to do is search the cities, towns, municipalities and stuff like that, and see where you can have second residences. Because believe it or not, some in Langley are less than 5 acres. So it's a matter of, you know what, you just got to search it. So and again, a lot of agents are lazy when they do their data input. It'd be nice if they put the total square footage of the lot, because it's not going to be typically on like a 3,000 square foot lot, right? So that's kind of where you just gotta search around. That's the magic.
Okay, thank you, Carol. Thank you, Chris.
Sure. Yeah, it's not ideal, I know, but part of it's just educating your buyers, it sounds like, too, and what they're looking for, and then you can send them out to do some of the research too, because it sounds like they got a unique situation. And Shannon, you had a question for us too. Is that a group question?
I think it's an after class question, just because it'll be a little bit longer. It's just about an expired listing.
And you want to know how to connect with them?
It's a different situation because I talked to Carol about it already.
Okay.
But it's because, so it's an expired listing that my dad's interested in. Mm-hmm. So I just had more questions about that.
So it's a family deal, kind of like, we'll talk about it. That's fine. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Anybody else? Questions? I don't see any CMAs in the chat, so no one has any properties they're evaluating this week.
Did you want us to send you CMAs that we want to do? Is that?
That's what this class is for. Yeah, for sure. So if you have a property, oh, Dylan, oh, Zafe, look at that.
Pouring in now.
Well, we'll go with Zafe first because he barely beat you in there, Dylan, and then we'll see how many we can get done here. So. All right. Okay, so just to get this in front of everybody, to remind you guys, if you want to have the CMAs done ahead of time for everybody else, then you need to email me the day before and I will send them out to everyone else and they will do the CMAs and we will come back to you guys with everyone else's, because I like to see what everyone else thinks. Like, this is sort of a group discussion, but everyone, and it's really good for you guys to be doing this. You should be practicing doing a CMA every day, right? So when you join a team, they're going to say, how many CMAs did you do this week? So on average, what do you guys think? How many CMAs do you do a week?
I mean, like for Neelam and I right now, we're it's crazy. She's making me do all the CMAs, so I'm like trying to get her to do more of them. So we're doing like at least like we're trying our best to get as much done every day, and like we've got kind of like a backlog of 3 right now to do, but we're doing about 3 a day. Like we're actually doing like 2 or 3 a day between the two of us. So and that's still like we got 2 or 3 more to do still here, right? And kind of. So it's kind of our load right now. I don't know if that compares to other people, but
that's busy, man. No, that's good. I think you guys are between the two of you definitely putting the pedal down. So that's, I would say, not a standard for this group, to be fair.
Yeah, and I honestly, like, just so people don't feel like intimidated, like overwhelmed or whatever. Honestly, we're just making a lot of calls. We're just making sure we have the time carved out every day in the evening from 5 to 8 just to make phone calls.
So you're just calling telelisting?
Our strategy so far has just been looking at areas detached, both New West, Surrey, kind of just hot areas, right? And calling kind of where people are, kind of simulate, like kind of just have that kind of thought process potentially happening to them. They're seeing sales signs, things like that, kind of a market that's kind of a lot of activity, right? So we're calling in those areas and we're getting good responses. So it's working, right? And so we've just kind of riding that momentum, and that's where we're getting a lot of we're making sure, like in our conversations, we're leaving with something, whether it's an opportunity to drop off a business card or information, or even just do a CMA. So that's kind of where we're getting the bulk of the CMA action, and it's just a game of follow-up after that, right?
Oh yeah, you guys are switched on. That's great, man. It's really good to hear. And so you just touched on something really important. I'll share this with you guys, and I want you to listen to what the opportunity here is. So you guys need to learn how to do CMAs, right? This is the biggest thing that people want out of a realtor is they want to know how to price their home properly. They want to know that you can market it. They want to know how to price it. So if you're not doing CMAs every day, you're missing out on one of the most important skills of this business. So do a CMA every day for one of your friends. Send the CMA every day to your friends as a free CMA. I'm practicing, I'm working on this, and I just want to offer you guys a home evaluation. You're welcome. You owe me nothing. But they feel they owe you a little something. They start thinking of you as a realtor. They keep that and they think about it. Hey, BC assessment just came out. What'd you think? Well, I just want to give you an evaluation as well, right? So every person you know right now, you can do a CMA for them just to be helpful. So when you guys are calling, like what these guys are doing is just calling every day saying, hey, I'd love to just offer you a free CMA, no obligation. And then you get over there, you offer them a free CMA, you sit down, you do the CMA, show them what their home is worth. They say, I don't want to sell right now. That's totally fine. But the game is follow-up. We all know that. And so at the kitchen table, you've done the CMA, you've offered them, you show them what you're going to do to market the home. You do your listing presentation first always, so they actually see that we have a plan to sell their home. It's not just we're going to offer you a price and then hopefully it all works out. You do your listing presentation first, and then they really want to hear what the number is for their home, so they'll listen to be polite to your listing presentation, and then you actually show them. So it takes 15 minutes for a CMA, 15 minutes for your listing presentation. It's a 30-minute appointment. But if you did one of those every day, eventually some of those people are going to start to turn over and turn into business. But what's most important is that they feel they owe you a favor. So you've done a CMA for them. Yeah, you don't owe me anything, but they kind of feel they do. You spent 30 minutes of your precious time, plus the time that it took to prepare the CMA. You sit at that table with them afterwards and go, you know, I totally appreciate you guys having me over here. Thank you so much for letting me show you what your home is worth. You don't owe me anything, but when you do hear if someone's looking to buy or sell in the next month, will you do me a favor and you call me and let me know about them? So if you did one of those every day, and here's the thing is when you say that, you then shut up. And you go, who do you know that's looking to buy or sell in the next 30 days? And you just shut up. You sit and you wait, and it gets really uncomfortable. And there's this like 10 to 15 seconds of this awkwardness and this quiet at the table. They rack their brain for the first 3 seconds, and they look at you and you don't say anything. You say, I'm not leaving here until you give me that number, right? Who is it? They know someone. Everyone knows someone that's talking about real estate. It's like this, people talk, unless they're like a hobbit or a hermit, sorry, or hobbit. But point being, you do not let them off the hook without them giving you a referral. And that's the game. So you do that every day, and these people will give you a referral, and then they begin to train these people. And these are like, this is the general public that you're now creating referrers out of just by doing that CMA for them. And by the way, they end up working with you, right? They may not work with you the next 30 days, but they'll work with you that year, as long as you follow up with them in the next 2 years or whenever it is. Does that make sense? Like, that's the simplicity of this business, that you don't have a sphere, you don't have anyone else to send these CMAs to. Just do it for the public, and then create that relationship and stay in touch. But you need to learn how to do CMAs and do them daily. So if you guys are killing it, so that's the thing, just keep doing that, and you'll have a huge book of business within a year or two that you guys will not be able to follow up with. And you're going to have to like systemize to do that. So right now it's just like getting phones and offering that free service to people, and it's amazing what happens. So I'll share my screen with you guys so you can see where we start. Does that like make sense? Is that simple? Everybody gets what I just said there, how important it is to just not waste your time doing all this extra stuff. Just do CMAs for people, talk to enough people, do CMAs for them. It's amazing what will happen, because that's all they want out of us. Don't pretend they care about all this shiny stuff that we do on Instagram or anything else. They want to know what their home is worth. People are selfish. You'd want to know, what do I want a realtor for? What do you genuinely want a realtor for? To know how much my house is worth. What can I sell it for? What can I get? And where can I go find? What's out there? And they can find what they can get because they can look on realtor.ca, but they can't really figure out what their home is worth. So don't waste time pretending that people want something else out of you. Just give them what they want. It's amazing what happens. So Homer Street, Yaletown. This is 1995. Look at that. They stole this thing for $132,000. That's pretty good. Everyone see my screen?
So this one was an interesting one. I just picked, there was like 4 or 5 sales in this building. I was like, I'm just going to try downtown. I just want to see what it was. I hadn't called downtown yet.
Mm-hmm.
So picked this building, started calling through it. Second call or third calls this lady. Doesn't live here, or she does live here now, sorry. And then she's put 150K of renos into this place. And so, yeah, she is potentially, she quote unquote, she's toying with the idea of selling this place. She owns a second place somewhere, another spot. And so she owns that place as well. So she's going to live there. But yeah, so CMA opportunity. And then obviously just, this was the, this is her sale that when she bought it, right? So she's lived in it since, or yeah, had it since.
How did you get these numbers from a building, like all these phone numbers to call people?
Telelisting, man. Telelisting, yeah. Going to telelisting. like take a minute to just like look at the like these like when you look at telelisting and like see kind of like the fields it lets you play around with or put into like, and you can really start to like it's almost as you're in the building going up and down an elevator basically. But yeah, in telelisting you're able to search kind of building number, house number, for me like your street, you know. And so I'm kind of just pairing that against data of activity and sales and making life easier just kind of that way, just calling into places like that. So yeah, telelisting has that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, everyone knows telelisting on this call. Yes, you all have access to it. It's free from your KW account. I was just going to show you how easy it was to pull up these numbers for Zaid, but we're going to move on to the CMA. Okay. So attached, you guys are doing this. I'm the guide. Talk to me. Active solds. Yaletown. But let's be honest, Yaletown is there's so much density there. You really got to go to the building. I'm just going to save everyone a little bit of time. Have you done the CMA yet, Zay?
Yeah, so this one, that's why it was kind of a little tricky. So I did it both ways. I kind of looked at it from when I did the map search, and then I did it another way where I just looked at the building. I came to do it the building way where I was specifically in that 939 Pinnacle building. And for me, it was just a little bit more of a challenge based on seeing what, you know, just like from the sold versus active as well. It was kind of like a disparity, and that's what made it hard for me to like land on the number. And she's got 150K in rentals. Like, what's the general like rule of thumb based on experience? Like, if someone she said to me, she's like, I've put 150K into it, I want 150K out of it, right? And it's like, okay, well, okay, you're gonna get your money, you're gonna hit a cash out button pretty good here. But like, what's the general kind of market kind of number on that? Like, what does someone expect to really get out of their, you know, do they expect to get their full value back? Or depends, right? Like, depends on, like, for this lady specifically, she bought this place for 130K. Like, for her to put 150K into it and to be selling it for, you're probably gonna, let's see what you land on, but I'm thinking like, I think I got it to like 590 to 610 or something like that. 615, can't remember.
Yeah, I'll touch on renovations here. So she's living in there.
Correct.
You're enjoying the choices that you made to update your home, and that's why you did this. Anything that you did will add value, but it's never going to be 100% return on investment for your own taste, because not everybody's going to like what you did. It's just you did it because you wanted this, and you've enjoyed it for X amount of years, so you have also lived in it and had some wear and tear. So you can't expect that. There are certain things you can expect 100% plus return on investment. Paint, right? Like doing floors for a, if you're doing really economical floors to get like, some old crappy carpets out, you're going to get that back. Like doing some, laminate flooring, if you have someone that does a good job at a very reasonable rate, you should be able to get 100% on that. Don't guarantee it, but paint, if you're doing a painting yourself, like all day long. Kitchens, bathrooms, you're never going to get 100%. You might get 80% back. It's tough though, right? So curb appeal, you usually should get that back. It's just landscaping. If you're going to do a lot of that, like whatever, bringing in some river rock or whatever, then again, it's just your own labor. So the cost isn't all that high. Totally dependent though. So just don't ever promise people are going to get what they put into the property. You just got to remind them, you enjoyed this. Did you do it for yourself or did you do it for the return? And everyone says they did some for the return, and they'd be stupid to not. But you see people that put in like these ridiculous combinations of colors or gaudy fixtures or whatever. And it's like, you're carving out a large portion of buyers. Unless you're going to like walk through a show home and then do the exact finishings of a show home, you're not going to get that ROI. That's 100% at least. So, I have a slide in one of my little presentations. If you look back in the wiki site, it has like your ROI. So it's like your best bets for it. And it's like staging, paint, and curb appeal. That's it. Nothing else I can promise to you. Everything else has like, best is like 87% for a minor update here or there. So just
Okay.
lipstick stuff. But if you get into heavy, like big 150K big kitchen renos, and that's a lot of money for this size of a condo. That's like she basically went down to the studs, I'm sure. So you have to also consider what is your competition. So if you're in a condo, it's a very direct up and above and below and on side to side. You guys are same floor plan, same size. Like if everyone else is selling it 500 a square foot and you've just now increased your value, what you think is 650, like you can't expect to get that back. It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
So with a house, you can have a little bit more. They're more of a uniqueness to them, and the land and layout and stuff is usually a little bit better. So even neighbors you can have enough of a difference in whatever the backyard or something, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got it Yaletown just for now. 6 months back to start, 1 bedroom max. We'll just take the bachelors out of there as well, and have it in 939 Homer just to see. So that's giving us 8. That may be enough. We'll see. We got average of 40 days on market, average list at 594, sales at 544, 50K off the list price. Only 3 active, so that's actually pretty good.
Chris, we're getting about 23, and we've put the information exactly as yours.
6 months back in Homer, on Homer, 939 Homer, 1 bedrooms.
Yeah, got the 1 bedroom as well. Oh, and then 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay.
I didn't touch baths, but you shouldn't have 2 baths with 1 bedroom usually. But you never know. I don't know how you get. How you went 6 months back?
Yeah, we went 6 months back.
Interesting.
And I did A and all sold, exactly what you have here.
Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Well, that is.
I think it's just, do you have type of the sub area in there?
Sub area as well. Yeah.
Shouldn't matter. I take it out. It's gone. Doesn't matter. I could take apartment out. There may be some townhouses, but it shouldn't matter, right? Still at 8. Because this is so specific, the address and street, that there could be.
We got it now. We have 8.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. The first 2 square footage are not really going to align. Like your square footage on this one is 639. So these are tiny. I think I would consider that one, that one, that one, and that one. This one is pushing it because I don't know if it's a penthouse or not, but it's 32nd floor. Maybe it's let's see if it's penthouse. Does it? No, but it's way higher. So there is a certain level of like my wife actually used to live like 2 blocks away from here when we met, and it's like she was on like the 20th floor, and you hear homeless people screaming and crying and sirens and just the drunks at night, and it's like as you get higher that kind of goes away, but as you're lower it's awful, and you don't get a view too, right? So those things I think are important, and so if you're looking at number 402, this is like the basement, right? So you're looking at the basement suite versus 1303. What's that worth to you? I'll tell you, there's stairs right now. You don't have to worry about your groceries up 40 flights of stairs if the elevators don't work, or you have to wait for a day in the lobby with COVID. But who's going to say something there? Sorry.
Oh, there's 36 floors, so that's pretty close to the top.
Yeah, so it's not quite sub penthouse. Usually a penthouse and then like 2 subs, and so it's right up there. So anyway, the point is that the view is going to be spectacular versus the 4th floor. You're not even going to be able to see over these townhouses barely, right? So it's comparable since it's in the building, but it's going to skew the numbers to look at it in that sense. But here's one at 2503, and it's been on for 78 days on market. It is smaller, so But they are active, so I think you just bring it to her attention. Like if you think you're going to be listing in the 600s, like you're comparing to a very different property. The most recent sale being in November at 575 for the 25th floor. So let's just go through them real quick. You guys can yay or nay them for me.
So definitely no the first two, right? Because they're just too small, right?
Yeah. So just exactly to take them off. This is just 910, so it's a little bit higher, but it is a like tiny little space. I guess they're calling it a 1-bedroom. I can't imagine where the bedroom lies. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, it's got to be a bachelor
studio.
Yeah. Right? There's your bedroom. Whoops. Where's your bedroom? Looks cozy, right? So just so you guys get that. Same idea here. This is 443. It's probably the same layout, but it's active. So 500. So I mean, you're 38 days on market. Just to see, they're 38 total. This cumulative days on market is important. So I can see these guys are 86, but they're actually relisted. These guys are 78, right? So just understanding how that works. So I mean, you're above 500 just with this guy here, I'd say, but you haven't actually seen the sale. But this is the true sale, and that was back in October, just at the beginning of November almost. So who knows? Maybe that pushes it down a bit. We'll see. 708, 576. So what are we? 40 square feet, 70 square feet, 65 square feet smaller, right? So just check out the updates. Mentions nothing. Is my screen big enough for everybody to see? You guys are following along? I mean, you guys can really be doing this on your own, looking at your own photos as we go along so that you guys get a better view, I'm sure, but you might be on their phones. So looking fairly rough in the updated world. Maybe a new fireplace and floors, but the kitchen looks pretty original. Nothing too special, at least. In the bathroom as well. I don't know if that's original, but it's not pretty sexy. Meh. Fair. 527 gets you sold. Limited updates in September. Smaller. So right there, I think with who wants to do the math for me real quick? Got a calculator? Anybody?
I do. Yeah.
Dave? So sold price per square foot for the building, 1,038 plus 914 plus 967 plus 979 plus 1010 divided by 5.
5, right? Yeah. 990.
990 times 639.
632.
632.
632.6. Yeah.
Okay, so there's your price per square foot. So make note of that. That will probably make her happy. Looking at these prices, so you're going to bring it to her attention because people want to hear that, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate. So this is one way of evaluating the property. Okay. So, so that was, we looked at this one, right? Just make sure. So limited updates. So 570, again, 589 square feet. Just gonna read this real quick. They all have been suite laundry. Investment. Imagine. Nice and bright. Some decent paint and flooring and a little bit of staging goes a long ways. I guess that's updated. I don't know. That might just be the builder still. I can't tell. It's 90s counters and probably just original. Maybe a new fridge or something. Nothing special anyway. Do you know what she's done in her kitchen? Did she give you a list of updates?
Yeah, you know what? This was a call Neela made, so this is one of hers that she brought in. So, but just from what I recall, we discussed it was like full reno, right? Like everything, kitchen, bathroom, flooring, everything was done. So definitely gotta get in there and scope it out.
Mm-hmm.
Neela gonna make that next call, but yeah.
Still higher floor by 5, but lower considering, and then really good recent sale, only like a few weeks ago. So at 570, and only dropped by 18,000 with 86 days on market. That's pretty good, actually. Right? It's stayed strong. So, I mean, that pushes you up above that in a sense with her updates. We'll have to see what the list is, I guess, because again, I mean, she could have done like pink cabinets, you know, like you don't actually know what she's done there. 2503, so super high. Does everyone use the same photo? Is that they stealing it? So you're allowed to use the first photo, but it seems kind of silly to do if you're a listing agent, lazy, and you want to be able to market it. So,
did she give a breakdown of where she spent $150,000 for renos?
She did, and I'm gonna have it for us in the next 2 minutes.
It seems like a really small space to spend $150K.
that's my thoughts too, David. Yeah, I mean, she went.
Unless there's gold-plated toilets, then that's like different.
For sure. So that's someone who just blew their budget. That she probably should have put about $10K into a bathroom, $25K into a kitchen, another $10K into floors and paint, and been done with it. Maybe some fixtures. So I'll give you another $5K. That's $50K. So where the other $100,000 go, I don't know, but you ain't getting it back, lady. Yeah. Again, because it's a 1998 build, right? If this was like she shouldn't have spent so much. She should have, and this is where like, yeah, you need some guidance from someone who's going to help you. And this is what also you guys offer when you're making your calls, is say, hey, we're thinking of making a move, great. Well, what I do is I come over and I say, here's a great list of updates you can do that will help with your return on investment. Don't spend more than blank on your kitchen. Don't spend more than this here. These are the colors that people want to see. These are the type of investments that they want to see in your house, and then it'll help increase your sale price as well as the ability to sell your house faster and get more eyes on it. So like, have that list. You can Google it, right? Anyone can find that list just watch a TV show on HGTV twice and you'll get it. So, but making your calls, offering them to go in there and do that is a big win. And people really want that out of a realtor as well. Where should I spend my money? And I get clients calling me all the time, like, hey, we're thinking about selling next year. What should we do to get ready? Right? But you offering that, calling out of the blue, people love it. So that's another way to get your foot in the door at these appointments too. Yeah, this one, everyone saw it. It was basically original. So that's good, but it's also 25th floor. So sold 1603. So you are 56 square feet smaller here. And solarium's a nice little feature. Do they all have that? When they get all the amenities up front, it's not going to be pretty. Yep, there you go. So hi, drooling baby. My wife brings it. Working from home. Yeah, not much going on here. Same idea. Higher floor, no updates. So I mean, she's gonna push the 6 mark for updates. I think she's hoping for 7, and from just our brief conversation, Dave. But you know, you're not getting over 7 of the 32nd floor here, even if it is, you know, 50 square feet smaller. Let's see what they got here. Look, I guess that's the standard. Looks rough. It's tenanted, right? So, but you know, you get quite the view. You're getting mountains and Eagle Eye, and then there's the last one there. So, 1603, 788.
This one's nice. Check out the lighting on this one.
Oh, crazy.
Is this the one? I think it is.
Yeah, so they spent, you know, $5 grand on that fireplace. The floors look dialed.
Lighting's
Oh, that lighting. That's cool, yeah. That's crazy. Looks tight. Wow.
It's nice, eh?
Yeah. Cool, for sure. So, 40 grand in that kitchen? Those look like custom cabinets, right? Got maybe some.
Did they change the layout too?
Yeah, for sure they did. The other ones have these thing that like hangs here.
Yeah.
So
they made the kitchen bigger and then took it out of the rest of the area.
Yeah, there's probably actually moving the wall and all that kind of stuff and drywall and stuff. There's probably like 50 to 60 in here with these are decent appliances and custom cabinets and the lighting.
Well, it's a discotheque, right? So.
For sure. That's what you want. You're in Yaletown. Once you leave the bar, you got to come home, carry the party home.
It's the after party.
And the COVID. Saying Holiday Inn, man. So that's sharp. There's a step up there. Is that a step? That's a total step.
So they had to raise the floor to move the plumbing.
I guess, huh?
Yeah, and so I just got a text from Neelam. So she said the lady said she spent as much as she bought it for as what she's put in for renovations. Her exact words were she did plumbing, kitchen, heating, flooring, new paint, new appliances, new bathroom. That's it.
Heating?
Yeah, I don't shoot it for heating. Can't change the.
She redid the fireplace then.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like she's put in heated floors in the bathroom.
Jeez, they got a wine fridge in here.
Whoa.
I live here. Tell my wife I went on vacation. This is nice, but yeah, there you go. So there's 20 plus in there, 25 in there, it looks like, with those fixtures and new tub and holy marble.
They upgraded the doors, look like they're new.
New doors, handles. So nothing original in this place. So, jeez. It's beautiful. It's 11 days on market. Chat with this agent here, Julie, and see what's been going on. So the first time on, it looks like. That one screws things up because they overspent. Like, I had to play.
Yeah, that's the one, right? Like that's the one I didn't use. So I unchecked that last one, and I used 3 to 7, and I even wanted to get rid of, I think, the one. Yeah, no, I got even rid of 7, so I went 3, 4, 5, and 6 on mine. But
yeah,
and then I had to factor in her renos to get her to like 6, 10 to not offend her.
So it's like a 22-year-old building. So there's some big stuff coming up on it. Like you got windows, siding, roof. I mean, eventually the next 10 years, piping. Like there's some big ticket items coming.
I think the membrane is up on this building soon or something.
Yeah, exactly. Siding membrane, all that stuff is going to be like very disruptive to owners for one thing. But I mean, look at the price per square foot. They're $13.50. Like, what do we say? We're $9.60. What did you have? Or sold price? Right, sold price.
The last number I had in my calculator was 632.6. What was that represent? That was the square footage, right?
Yeah, 632. So, And those are, taking into consideration some older, unupdated stuff, non-updated. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be hesitant to say she's going to get over 7, especially on the low floor. She's in competition with this 670 way up top, but you'd have to see the updates, right? Like,
Yeah.
If she can get her send some photos or something like that, but end of the day, like, you could spend $100,000 and just waste your money. But like, these guys have spent way too much. They spent probably 150K in here and have overpriced it by 50K. They should probably be at like 7.25 and they'd be sold. And they spent too much money in here too. It's gorgeous, but maybe they didn't because they're a contractor. I don't know. But it looks like you just can't compare to the building. Like, you're so far out of whack here. You're looking at price per square foot. So yeah, I think she's kind of in this 675 range here. Again, her updates could go within 25 plus fluctuation. But if price per square foot average at 632, all the others, like the solds, are all under 6, right? And yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't want to give you a hard number on it, just without seeing those updates. You can't really do much about it. So I'd say, if she wants to lift over 700, I think it's kind of like a hopeful price. If you're at like 675, you should still, like, if it's shiny and nice and shows well, you should probably get right around 675. But I mean,
yeah.
I don't think she wants to hear that. If she's looking at this going, they spent the same amount of money. But I'd say this is overkill. Like, that wine fridge is an extra stuff. Like, that bathroom is like some Greek gods live there, right? Like, it's just, you don't do that in a 1998 building. They've really made it nice, but they'll never get what they spend. So, is that cool?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, and I think it's going to be vital just to use it as an opportunity, right? Either go take a little tour of the place and get some pictures, and then, just give her enough information, like I said, to highlight, like how you mentioned, to highlight, right? Like, even those last two at the bottom there. But yeah, so it's good.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess the one thing is that here's not updated 670, here's updated 780. There's $100,000 in updates, we'll call it, and so there's the difference, but they're not sold. So until you see what this thing actually sells for, I would chat with her, see what the activity's like. Let's say it sells for 750, that makes this worth, we'll call it 650 for easy math, and then she's, way lower, but probably not the updates of here. So maybe take off 25K for here, and then another 25 for her floor. Like, you just can't, I can't see it going over 700, even if it's super shiny. Maybe 710, 715 if it's like she really did a great job and they're new. Like, this is brand new, right? They just finished these updates and no one looks like they really lived in it. And it could be weird layouts with that step up and stuff. There's a bunch of little subtle things you have to see when you get in there, but I'm sure it's nice. So, and view is the other thing, right? South facing, west facing, you get cooked. Just consider those stuff too. So,
and then her place is still larger than all those places.
It's true. Yeah.
Right?
Have that extra square feet.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Tricky one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that, Jesus, yeah. I think about square footage. Then there's the potential to push it over that 700 mark with that.
So I guess like the right thing to do is, obviously give the right advice and just like, I got to be doing my job with that home or that other one there, that 788, follow through to see what happens, understand, and then use those two last property, or use that to see kind of how the strategy would build out, right?
Yeah, and chat with this guy too, actually, to see where they're at. Are they getting action? They're tenanted, so they're probably not even letting them show it, so it's just probably a waste of time for them. But end of the day, if they're not getting any activity at that point, then, I mean, they're 105 days on market. But
shows. Yeah.
Yeah, your job is. I would be hesitant to give her a firm number without meeting her face to face. And then when you do give her a number, give her a range. Like, so if you want to sell in 0 to 30 days, we got to be at like 660 to 670. If you want to sell in 30 to 60 days, you got to be like under 700, and then over 700 is going to be like 60 days plus, something like that, so that she understands that, yeah, you can sell, but you see these guys have been on for 105 days. Do you want to go down that road? Took these guys 113 to sell. So that way you're not saying it'll sell for this price exactly, and then she's holding you to your number too much.
Mm-hmm.
The range will help build that relationship and the trust too. So.
Yeah, true. Okay, good. That's awesome. I like that.
All right. Thanks, man. I like those challenging ones because I don't work in that neighborhood enough, so I have to kind of bend my brain a bit. Anyone have an easy one? Handley. We can do this one, 34.79 Handley. All right.
So that's the Hanley Crescent one is, I'm doing the photos on Monday and listing it next week.
Expecting 17 offers?
I mean, I'll pray for the best, prepared for the worst, you know? So this is where I live right now. It's my parents' place.
All right.
We've added, does it say 2 bathrooms on there? One was a half bath. It basically was a closet door with a toilet, didn't have a sink or anything.
Okay.
We made that a full bathroom with a shower, renovated it all. We also, how many bedrooms does it say? 3. We added another bedroom. We closed in a storage place, added a closet and all that. So it's 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms now. And there's things like we renovated the upstairs bathroom, the kitchen. The paint on the outside of the house is fresh, new front door. There's little things like that.
Okay. So everybody but Dylan can chime in here as to what you guys think I should be filling in here. This one, I'll let you guys take it from the top. You can unmute, share. I'm not looking at that screen, so tell me. Sub area.
Porcoquitlam.
So we don't need to put, if you're going to put a sub area in, you don't need to put Poco. To remind you. I'll just show you guys where it is on the map, just because sometimes you do put a sub area. You don't want to have it be right on the edge, as you can see. Ooh. So he's like a block away from Riverwood, which are, in all fairness, very different. Well, this is actually farmland here, but I think you're safe to say that you wouldn't compare to much in Riverwood here. So I think we just keep it at Lincoln Park. Makes sense. No one's arguing. I'll move forward. I'll put in Pogo for what it's worth, but okay. So what do I put for the price? What range? Silence is good. Perfect. I'll take it. We're leaving the price out, of course. So 6 months back, 90 days back, 12 months.
60 days, 60 to 90 days.
Well, 90 days, we'll see. We may have to extend it. Give it a shot. So on here's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, building 7,600 square feet, 1,800. That's correct square footage, Dylan? You guys haven't added, or where did you pull that?
We haven't added, but I'm getting it measured on Monday. So I guess that doesn't help right now, but there is an extra bedroom now.
The bedroom, would you claim, like downstairs rec room kind of thing?
No, it was like a storage where there was furnace in that, and then we closed it off, added a closet, and then moved the furnace and hot water.
Okay. So we'll go 3 to 5. How's that? Leaving, so grand total for only 1 kitchen, right? No suite.
Yeah, one kitchen.
Grand total for floor area. Everyone not Dylan. What do you think? It's 1,832. What range?
16 to 21.
Sure. That does. Carve off a lot. Okay, so that's too much. Let's go. Let's actually just take that off and see what happens. So there's a few extra in there. Maybe 24. 12, getting there. Just want to do 26 and see what the difference is. Under 3,000 is really, as long as we're not comparing to everyone else. Let's see, so 12. So it didn't really matter, 24, 26, so whatever, let's leave that, doesn't matter. So age is more important now. Minimum, maximum, year built. I just don't want to compare to something too new. It's built in 68. Okay. What do we do for age? This is public participation. There's no right or wrong. I'm going to call someone's name. Minimum age.
65?
45.
Sorry?
45.
45. For minimum. We'll see what that does. It's probably right. It is a 50-year-old house, 52 years old, right?
Yeah, we're all trying to do math.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like 45 to 55-ish range, I think.
Yeah, I might broaden it a little bit because
40 to 50.
So minimum 40
to 65.
You probably don't even need a max because there's nothing in that neighborhood that's over 1960s. I don't think. Just
because the neighborhood was all built at the same time.
Built in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, for sure. So what's more important? So let's just do this just to see. So 40. Let's go 20. One more at 20, right? Just so don't put too much stock in that, but I don't want to compare to something that is, let's just see if I take the age out. 12. So the age meant very little. Got it? So let's leave it out for what it's worth. So sometimes it does matter. And if it's a new build, I don't want to compare something that's like 40, right? So, or like 5 years old and it's still in a warranty, of course. So lot size is going to be more important. So we're at 76.26, so a decent sized lot. Where we want to be? What's the range?
68 to 82, or is that too big?
I think that's a little too narrow, but I'll show you what it looks like. And 68 to 82, down to 6, down to 3. So we're aiming to get like 8 to 12. So we gotta probably go to, let's go 9 and 6. Let's see what that does. Oops. I might 8. So let's just go 92 because there's some that have a little bit extra. And 50. Let's see. $11. So there's some smaller stuff in there. There's 2,000 square feet smaller. So doesn't really compare though. So I think 6 is probably the way to go. get us to 8, and we'll call it good. Everybody feeling good with that?
Yep.
Giddy up. So that's 90 days back. Now, if I were to be too short on properties, I could go 6 months back, but I think that's a good viewpoint for right now. It's pretty accurate. If I'm going over to people's house that I don't know the neighborhood well, I'm going to go 6 months back to have some extra data because they know more than I do about their neighborhood. So I want to be able to talk about, oh, my neighbor sold, this guy sold over here, this guy sold. So I would probably bring 6 months back because it's a little more relevant to them, but not necessarily to the market and what we're in, if that makes sense. So you got 4 actives and 4 sold. This is sort of like the perfect balance. More competition than you'd like, to be fair. Henley sold. That's a tiny house, eh?
It's a rancher.
Yeah.
That might be Bastion's listing, actually. He had one of the ranchers on our street.
Okay. Nope. So, well, let's just start from scratch here. So, Inverness. Nope, not Bastion either. So, sold in December 8.25. Good sized lot, 31 days on market, and 3.2, built in 59. So, just a bit older. So the frontage only 64. So at 66 feet of frontage, you can subdivide, and you guys are 68. So that is important. So
you can't subdivide. I talked to the city.
Right now you cannot, correct? But potentially in the future, as things get more and more dense, that piece of property becomes more and more valuable. You may end up getting more doors on for multifamily when it does eventually go that route, which it will. It all will eventually, right? They may put another house on here and rebuild it, and then in 30 years it'll be worth more money. You just don't know, right? So, but the point is that it's a bigger piece of property and it's wider, so people like that. And you're not on a corner, right? Oh, you are? No, you're not.
No, there's a path beside us.
Okay. Cool. Is that a pool? Hi, baby. She just crawls up to the window and stares at me once in a while. This is going to be rough. Yep. Well, some updates in there. Doesn't really matter. It's all land for this. It's not really comparable. So 850, same idea. Not really comparable. The you know what? Looking at those two, we'll have a quick look, but I don't think they're going to compare, and then we'll end up with a kind of a smaller CMA than I'd like. So we're probably going to go 6 months back. So Cedar, busy street, active, nice updates. Way too small. I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna change this to, let's go 1,400 square feet. That's gonna carve off the little ones that we don't need. They're not really comparable for the house. We'll go 6 months back. I think that would be better. Does that make sense? So now it's 17. So we can carve this down a bit to 2,500. Say. 9,000. Those ranchers aren't really comparable, right? Like they're not offering a family enough space. So I don't go any bigger there.
Would you add 2 floors to get rid of the ranchers?
Well, looking for square footage, sort of. And we're close here, 60. I might just comb through this real quick and see if there's anything that is an obvious not like I'm okay with 12, so I can just usually take out the outliers. So the top and the bottom, they're usually they'll skew the numbers a bit. So I swear I have good internet in my house, but my computer doesn't like it or something. So Cedar, like 755, like that's just not anything to do with what we want to play with. So just get rid of that one. Lincoln, busy street, and then you can see Ulster. Why? What is this? Is this a land assembly? No? Oh, it is land assembly. Okay. Yeah. So, all right, RTH3 multifamily. So those aren't going to compare, right? So get rid of those two. So now we're down to 12. So that's fine. So now we're basically where we wanted to be. And I'll rip through this because there's quite a few, and just to be staying on top of stuff. You guys yay or nay it, whether you think it's a comparable or not, and then we'll look at them in more detail. So Lincoln Ave, busier street, if you know, sold in October, built in 74, 6,000 square foot lot, 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,100 square feet. Bastion bought it. Estate sale after completed, as is, where is? Yay or nay?
What was your square footage, Dylan? Sorry.
1860, 32.
Okay.
Yeah, that one looks like more of a dump, but the stats are somewhat close.
So, yeah, numbers wise, a smaller lot, and it's a estate sale, so there's probably like been rubbed. It's as is, where is, so it's probably 100 grand. You could talk to Bastion about it, but I wouldn't compare it. Goodbye. Good. Inverness, getting better. So 7,800 square feet, 64 frontage, sold in 8 days. So it's a good solid price. Built in 59, so 10 years older, 11 years older.
It's a rancher, I think.
Yeah, rancher, 1425. So in the sense, it's not comparable what the land is, and I mean, it's 400 square feet for you guys, so that it does offer you. They've done some nice updates in there. I would bring it to the seller's attention because it's not all that far off. Ooh, wood panel. Don't you guys have wood panel too, I think? Or did you get rid of it?
No, we're painting it.
There you go. So it's lighter wood panel.
Yeah, the house is showing pretty nice so far. We've really cleaned it up, and then got rid of a lot of stuff to stage it so people can look at it more modern and such.
So there's only 1 bathroom, 3 bedrooms. Like, there's a lot of reasons why this doesn't compare to size. Probably take it out for now, and if we want, we can come back to it. But so this is better. Again, it's going to be a little bit small here. It is a rancher, but 6,700 square feet, sold in 2 weeks. So it's good, solid. 3.2, built in 88, so a little bit newer. I'd say it's getting into comp territory. Nice.
Wow.
There you go. So, yeah, you may give up 200 square feet, but you get a pretty dialed kitchen. So there's 100K in a kitchen right here, at least 80, in flooring and base or crown moldings and baseboards and paint and lighting and fireplace, French door or sliding doors, it look like, but new, I'm sure. Potentially blinds and windows and stuff. Nice bathroom, dialed as well. That's nice. Another nice bathroom. So probably 20K per bathroom there, it looked like. 15 to 20. Laundry room, not much to do. New door. Decent curb appeal, green belt, decent little backyard. It's cute. Could use a little bit of love, but keep that forest back. There's a full-time job. Okay. So 899, so 890.
I'd keep it.
Yeah, for sure. So that's, there is, boy, they undersold. Like, look at all the space that could have just bragged more about the updates, eh? Includes modern kitchen, right? Like, tell me the quartz counters. Oh, there it is there actually, but tell me more, right? Like, I ripped through that saw 15 things: doors, windows, blinds, lights. Like, come on, get creative, folks. So I don't know who that is. Doesn't matter. She's a good realtor too. Nothing wrong with it. Norfolk. One day, 30 over ask, smaller for 3 baths, built in 71, 2,000 square feet. John Kenny, accepted offer. Let's have a peek. Comparable, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you get extra bedrooms and some extra stuff there, and it's a different home. Look at those beams, straight out of the 70s. Stuck in the 70s. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that in that 70s show?
Yep.
There you go.
I think I've been in this house. I think I had a friend that owned it in our teenage years.
It's funny. I've been in the layout. I was thinking the same thing. I got a friend that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same idea. Yeah.
We'll leave that alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Alcohol involved. I'm like, no. That's funny. Anyway, that's
oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Whoa, is it? Peach. Anyway, may have give Johnny a hard time, but it's nice backyard though. It's good. Obviously spent a lot of time outdoors. Okay, I get the idea. Interesting. All right, 2,900. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit bigger than you guys. I mean, you guys got to figure out your condition, but it's a good comp, I think. Blue Heron. This one came up for my buyers. Whenever went in it, I can't remember why. This is a 2-story with basement. I don't see that happening. Anyway, built in 72, 6,000. It's funny how these lots are perfect, eh? 3, 3, 21. So give up a little square footage. But I think you're a good comp there again. Nice staging. Not the living room. These are freaking death traps, man. They did a good job staging. So they redid the kitchen in the whatever 2000s. It looks like from the wood, maybe quartz or granite counters. Like, it's nice. It's not everybody's taste, but it's updated. Decent. Looks like laminate flooring.
I've got 5 different types of flooring within 10 feet of each other.
Yeah. Little solarium. Lots of wood. Like that warm maple. That's interesting. Feels kind of, what's the word? Claustrophobic, I think. But Okay. A hot tub back there, maybe. Workshop, dungeon. That's nice. There you go. Great little spot outdoors. This is, I do remember looking through this now. That caught my eye. Okay. So there's 9 and 920. A little bit larger, extra bed or extra bathroom, smaller lot. So it's updated. It's not, I mean, would you consider like similar updates to yours, Dylan? Like
not just because it's my house, but I think ours were a bit cleaner, more modern looking.
When did you do yours?
The last things that have been done, we just did the upstairs bathroom within the last year, and the downstairs bathroom was in the last 3 years, I'd say, maybe even 2.
Okay, so recent bathrooms, kitchen.
Kitchen, I'd have to check, but like new cabinets, fridge, oven, microwave, that kind of stuff.
You're at home now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great view you got there, by the way. I mean, that's killer. So.
Oh, this. Yeah, no, that's a house. Yeah, that's a house I've had my eye on for a long time in Lions Bay.
Oh, nice. There you go. Well, it'll pop. It's funny to get that view from Lions Bay from Lincoln Park. Just, I guess, dialed it. Essex. So this is in July, a little bit further out. So extra bedroom, extra bathroom, smaller lot. Sold pretty quick though, and a couple hundred square feet larger. Yeah. So a quick peek. I think we can all agree it's a good comp. Good curb appeal. Fuzzy photos, eh? Weird. Not crisp at all. It's taken from my iPhone 4. It's clean, not super updated. It's got a suite too. Okay. So it does have an unauthorized suite. It's a lot of bodies in a small household. So you're getting you're giving up some space for your living, but you're getting a mortgage helper. So there's 9.25 again. So give or take, that suite does add some value. I think you probably unauthorized $30K kind of thing. Spruce, building 74, 6,000 square foot, perfect lot again, 3.2, 22,000. This is active, okay, so they were at 933 and have jumped by 45.
Yeah, the recent sales around this area might be a little bit outside Lincoln Park. They've been going sort of like my grandma's, like 100,000 over asking and things like that. So they probably are just trying to stay with what's happening.
Yeah. I just want to have a quick peek at this here. Okay, so nothing. Okay, so talk to Ken and Jane. They're a super sweet couple. They've been with us forever. Ask them what's happening and why that happened. I'll get that data from them because that's important. Whoa! All their clients are little old ladies. It's just how they roll. Ken's a charmer, and probably not a lot of upkeep updates. Yeah. Look at the trinkets. No one told them. So this is how to not stage. You get the idea. I think we can fly along here. Cute. Okay. Rough. Okay. Good enough. So see where they're at, why that happened. They get a bunch of offers. They're 30 days on market. They just didn't get what they liked, so they increased the price, probably. They're good realtors. There's a reason for it. So Okay, Hamilton Street sold in September. Look at that. That's what you're looking for. A little bit larger lot, not by much though. Extra bedroom, same age. Not so much bigger. Lily's a great realtor. Impeccably maintained. That means there's been no updates. Let's just double check. Look at this next. Hold on here. Where is it? Whoa. All right. Yeah. Oh, it was updated 20 years, 15 years ago. Maybe not actually. The backsplash was probably 10 years ago. So kind of a funky layout, but it works. Looks like a nice big open. I know it's hard to tell. You're a decent updated bathroom, just to catch that. Again, it's 10 grand. Updated floors and fireplace.
Recessed lighting.
Yeah. Maybe some updates in there. Nice little deck. Nice big yard. That lane access. Interesting. Cool yard. Not sure.
Airplane landing strip.
Yeah. It's like, what's happening there? Look at this. This is either your dream or your nightmare. All right. So $1,050,000. So there's a good sign for you guys. Maywood 78. You guys are 68. Yeah. Okay. Make sure. See what happens? You look at too many places, they sort of get jumbled in your head. So 7,400 square feet, very close. 3.2. 2200. So bigger by 400 square feet. Pretty original.
Wow.
Yeah. Looks like it was updated in the 90s. So you could claim updates. It's not original, but
Before they outlawed glass blocks, right?
yeah. That's been, I remember doing a reno. I'm like, I know these are out of style already, but you guys are wanting to go this direction.
Yeah.
Can't fix taste.
Yeah. When they first came out, I was building with my dad, and every single ensuite bathroom had a wall of glass blocks because it was the best thing in the world, he thought.
Yeah. Pain in the ass. There you go. Unique, we'll call it. Everything about it.
Low maintenance.
For sure. Someone's grandma lived here. Raymond and Deborah. Yeah. So $1,055,000, good. I mean, there's your kind of higher price points there. $1,095,000 on Prairie. This is going to be pretty to look at. I don't know why else.
It's a busy street.
Yeah. He had this was no, never mind. It's a different one. Yeah. So, and part of I'll just show you the map real quick. So I think this is actually further down Prairie 1251. That it's no, it's not busy. It's super busy in there. Fire hall right here. All this like your this is actually like low income housing here too. Like there's definitely better locations, we'll say, on Prairie. Stop the car. Lane access. You can now put carriage homes on these properties if they don't have one. That might be one of the reasons why. We'll see. Ooh, drive through. Yeah, so decent updates. Staging for sure. It's clean. It's nice. It's not like a super expensive updates, but those are like big 18 or 24-inch tiles. Like they've done a good job. Nice deck. Good updates. Bathrooms. They've done the right things. They obviously spent the money in the right places here. Materials are not overspent. Like that condo we were looking at for Zafe there is like, they went big time, like putting marble in there and stuff. Like you're not getting that back, right? Like if you put some ceramic tile in there, you get it back. But we'll see what his latest material list is like, but it sounds expensive. So laundry room, laundry sink, all good smart updates, nice big yard. It's a good house. Got that nice new fence too, all that stuff. Good photos. There you go. So that's almost 1-1. 300 square feet bigger on prairie though. So they use lane access and it looks like they have a big frontage here. So it's probably quite private. So they don't have, like, they're set back from prairie away. So maybe it's not that bad of a situation for them. Aaron and Josh, might chat with them about it if you want. So this is right before New Year. It's good work, boys. Got a little snow dusty and 8 days on market. I remember when this came out actually. So 69 built and 69, one extra bedroom. Well, you have an extra bedroom now too. So sorry.
Yeah.
2,100 square feet. Vacant. Josh had a stupid amount of offers on this house. I can't remember how many it was, but I felt like it was in the 20s. You might want to check with him on it, okay?
Yeah, I just walked by that yesterday or the day before that. And I was like, oh, it's Josh Bath. So
they got like a big ass fridge, new oven, and like original everything else. It's, I mean, great, I guess. It works. They probably just got rid of the junky fridges and who knows. There's an update. Oh, brown tiles. Oh, tough. If they'd consulted their realtor, you wouldn't have put the poo brown tiles in your bathroom, but just my opinion. Basement suite, that's why they got so much extra. It's a decent suite too, it looks like. Ooh. Updates. That was kind of tough to tell with the snow. It looks like it might be a little old. Big yard. Drive-through. I like that drive-through garage. That's nice. Okay, so I just want to see. This is like,
it's like 2 blocks away.
Just off the Cedar, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Good job, Josh. That's all I can say because I don't know what people saw in that. To be honest,
It was Josh Bath listing it with his team, and then it was also Jeff Golding or whatever, Goldstein, that other powerhouse. Golding, thank you.
He's my neighbor. He's like right there. He was on this listing?
Yeah, his sign's out there right beside Josh's, and they both just put up the sold stickers recently. I saw it. Like originally it was his, and then Josh's sign got put up too from when I've walked past it.
We'll just take Jeff's sign away and put it across the street then.
Yeah. Anyone want to move? Aaron, Josh. Oh, look at that. He's In 08, it didn't work out for Josh. It took him 12 more years to sell that house. Yeah, made 5 times more money. Okay, it's always a story. That's interesting. All right, Hemlock, 1,140,000. So decently larger by 300 plus square feet. Extra bedroom, smaller lot. Hemlock's a nice, quiet little street. Private neighbors park.
Yeah, so behind, that's like literally 1 block away from mine. They have a park behind them that's for the public.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's a nice little pocket there, actually. That circle there. Eh? Good updates. Exterior, interior looks like too. So this layout usually has a wall here. So they've opened the ceiling and put a beam in to have like this. This is like a cordoned off kitchen typically. So that's why this flooring's different. So there's a big reno to do this. But it's a nice open concept now. Good finishings. Nice. Good staging. There you go. That's expensive looking bathroom there. There's 20K. Nice updates. Real nice suite. So you guys don't have a suite, so you need to take, 30, 40K off because of the suite alone. And then this park is like, you can't put a dollar sign on this private park that you don't have to mow the lawn for, but your kids have access and security because it's kind of all houses surrounding it. Like it's a winner, that location. It's a little hidden gem kind of thing, right? So people pay good money for it. So your average sale price is above $1 million now. That's good. Comments while I think about it for a minute?
I think in the last month or so, it's just harder for me to decide because things are going, like, as you know, in multiples and stuff, just like Josh's listing around the corner. But I want to price it good to get enough activity in,
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be over 1.1 just because you might sell for over 1.1 looking at Josh's listing there, and the fact that this one on Prairie sold. I'm going off of just your. By the way, everyone's house is always the best. No offense, Dylan. So
I know.
My kids are the smartest kids in school, just like Aman's kids are the smartest kids in school, and they go to the same school. So just so you get it, like there's no you're going to be biased. There's no way you can't be, and that's okay. But just to be clear that Josh's listing didn't have the updates that you guys did. I'm sure yours are nicer for sure, but it has a suite. And so that suite's 30 or 40K no matter what, right? Location, let's call it a wash, but there's probably give or take 20 to 30K of your updates versus the suite. And I don't not everyone's willing to pay for the suite. They don't care about the suite. And in fact, the suite's a hindrance because that means they don't have a bedroom for their kids downstairs. Some people need that suite to make their mortgage work. So it's really dependent on that. And your house isn't quite big enough to make a suite work. I don't think it would just be so cramped at 1,800 square feet. Like the 2,000 is cramped and you guys are even smaller. So pushing above the 1.1, it might be a bit of a stretch. So you're, looking at Maywood and Hamilton, I would say that the 1,050 in that range there to 107.5, somewhere in that range, depending. Like if your rates are superior than these guys, then I think you're good because yeah, they don't have a suite, but they're a little bit bigger. But the extra 200 square feet here. I mean, this one's larger, but it's pretty original, right? Like there's 100K that needs to get this guy back into shape. So, so yeah, $1,050,000 to $1,075,000, that range, I'd say you're safe. And depending on your strategy, do you list it at $1,050,000 and just blow it out first week and have multiple offers? So you get to choose your dates, you get to choose everything. You can list it at $1 million and have like good activity, but you're going to negotiate it down. And you
99999.
You're 999. It's you're gonna like basically be having to give out tickets to have people come to your house and organize showings in a crazy way over the weekend. So, do you want to make the news, or it's
well, Dylan's used to working with like 17 multiples, right? So he kind of has to.
This is how he rolls. So yeah. Here's the thing: you can't underprice it in this market because it'll sell for what it's worth, right? To sell this market, so you could price it at 500,000, and you just have like this, obscene amount of people coming to look at it, and you'd make the news, but what's the best use of your time too? And so your parents might also say, yeah, we want to list it at 1-1 and see what happens, and that's okay too. You'll get enough activity that there's the opportunity to do that, I think. I wouldn't go over 1-1. I just think you'd be sort of out of the market a bit. And
yeah, definitely.
Your days on market will creep up, and that's not good. So as long as you're under 1-1, you're safe, in my opinion. Like it's in a good, reasonably close to market value. And if you could get anything over 1,075, I think that's a big win for you guys. If you can get $1,050,000 plus, that's where the market is, and it really depends on the buyer. And I haven't seen your place, so I can't really tell you exactly. There's $30,000, $40,000 in renos that you and I are talking about. I haven't seen, so we're it's vague. So, but it sounds like you guys are taking really good care of it, set it up, and it's as good as it's going to get. So you guys kind of strategize with that. But hopefully,
and I know it's my house too, so. Like you said, the psychology behind it of wanting to, this is the best type thing. Like I know, but there are some money things, like brand new fence within the last year, 2 heat pump, hot tub, gazebo, 2 sheds, things like that. Which
yeah, add up, man. So what I would also do is write out that list, and I would attach that list to MLS as a document. So. Yeah. Detailed list of every single update, every single little thing that you did, and you don't have to put a dollar sign next to it, but you can at least say like it is nice to see, and then you can print it out and pass it to everybody. So you give the feature sheet and that list inside the feature sheet with your business card, whatever else you want to stick in there, floor plan, that kind of thing. So. Yeah, that list is like did all this to it, right? New roof, new pipe, new blah, 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 right? So anyway, it starts to add up, and then their dollar signs are starting to go through their head, and they're thinking they got to pay more. So
yeah, okay, thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, well, good luck. You launch next week kind of thing? Your photos are Monday, and then...
Yeah, photos Monday, and we want to get in this market ASAP because things are going good, rather than wait till spring. And we have a place to move now, so we're good to go.
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll help more as it gets closer, but good luck. I think hopefully the numbers make sense for you guys, what we just talked about. So.
Yeah, it's right around what I was telling my parents, so it's good. I wanted to just affirm. I'm sure they'd like to hear that we did it in class, because I'm their son.
I've no doubt they trust that you're doing a good job. At the same time, they just want to have anyone else second opinion. So now you've got 17 extra opinions because we all did this together. So but that being said, it is nice if you stick that in ahead of time. You actually get everyone else to do their own separate ones, and we get to see what the sort of course the class average is versus we do this kind of as one group, which is totally fine too. But
Yeah, I kind of forgot, and then this morning when you said, "Is there any addresses?" I was like, "Oh, I might as well."
Yeah. Well, this is what it's for, right? So anyone else, I see that you're, yeah, obviously have some stuff for next week, and Zafe and Neelan, like you guys keep firing them in. We're happy to help. Good job going out there and finding these opportunities. They're great, and it is just offering your service to evaluate people's homes every day. That's all I want you guys doing. Everything else will work out if you do that every day. So, does anyone else have any questions or anything? Anything we can help with?
Chris, if I got a command question, who's the command genius at the office?
In my screen right now, he's sitting right next to you, and it's the tech ambassador.
Yeah. Okay. I might reach out to you later, Aman.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. I mean, if it's something you think is helpful for the group, fire away right now. Otherwise,
no, I have to make sense of it first, and then I'll make.
Good luck with it.
I also had a question. I had a question about how do we share these recordings of these meetings?
Yeah, we have the link. I'll send it to you again, Carol. But we have a YouTube link that I'll share out. So.
Okay, and you'll share that with everybody in the chat thing?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
It gets added to this wiki site too. So it's
it is on the wiki site. So whoever has access, they can go in there. It says YouTube videos or something towards the end of it. So right at the bottom of the menus on the left-hand side.
Excellent. Perfect. Thanks so much.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Any questions? Jen, I know you have something specific, so if you want to hang tight after, we'll chat. If anyone has anything they want from us now, let us know. Or I'll bid you a good weekend. Go get some new deals. Go chat with some new folks. Have some good conversations. Ivana, go ahead. Yeah.
Hi. I have someone who's approached me and asked me to look into any teardowns or lots. What would I type in to search for something like that?
Well, you can look up lots, land, but more likely you're looking for teardowns. So that's just going to be older homes, and then you really just kind of have to filter through by looking them up and what areas they're looking for, and obviously age is going to be one of the number one things, but you might find some literal fire sales or something like that. But, for newer stuff, but otherwise it usually just comes down to age. So like 70 years or older usually, but it's all to do with the zoning too. So what they're looking for, right?
Okay. No, they just want to build a home. So
just build a new home and buy an old, tear it down and knock it over and start from scratch. So sure.
Pretty much. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Going once.
Just thank you for doing that. My family and I appreciate it.
For sure. Yeah, we're happy to help. That's why we're here, and good luck. I look forward to hearing 18 offers on this one, and a lot more doors. But hey, what the hell? It's good problems to have.
Yeah, I think they're excited, and the fact that we finally got an accepted offer and at a place is, I'm excited for that too. It's a nice one.
Yeah, look gorgeous, man. Yeah, you guys are gonna love it, and fits your needs, your drama and everything too. So it's a very good feeling, and being able to help your family with this, and yeah, man, just getting started, and good wins for you too. So we're proud of you, bud.
Thanks. Yeah, everything's fun. It's just I'm hoping this the developer who won't sign the addendum for the other deal will just do it. But yeah, Carol and I will deal with this after.
You got Carol on your side. You're in good hands,
Don't worry.
So, you can unleash the pit bull whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I owe her big time. She's helped me out a lot.
You don't owe me anything. Just keep doing your deals.
Yeah, we're just happy to see it happen, man. So what you guys can do for us is, as always, when you run into people that are struggling or could use some support or looking for more training, send them our way. Tell them about KW. We want to help you guys build your profit share. We want to help you guys create passive income by bringing great other realtors our way. We'll help you encourage them to join, but also get them into coaching and get them professional and able to transact and teach them the skills, because this doesn't happen in other brokerages. I know it seems like it should, but it doesn't. And there's people out there that are drowning that don't even know how to ask for a lifeline to help out to save their career, maybe like turn something around for them. So when you run into people, or just people that feel like they have questions and you know that you have the answers because of something like this, like tell us about them or bring them here, invite them to Power Prospecting or office meetings, and let us help you guys build your profit share, and please help us build this coaching program. So that's what we ask of you. Thank you. And if nothing else, have a wonderful weekend. Go do some CMAs. We'll see you Monday. Think of some questions for Bastian to stump that dude. And Shannon, hang on.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks very much, everyone.
Take care.